Alice and her classmates are sitting together, enjoying their little snack time. They giggle and chat while munching on their food, sharing stories from the day. When it's Alice's turn, the teacher smiles and hands her the snack. Alice happily takes it. With the snack in her hand, Alice munches happily, her bright smile and sparkling eyes filling the classroom with joy. Suddenly, a sharp pain twists her stomach. Alice's eyes glow with a strange purple light before she collapses onto the chair. Overwhelmed by a gnawing hunger, Alice suddenly springs onto the table, snatching up and devouring all of her classmates' snacks. With a starving roar, Alice charges into the hallway, devouring and wrecking everything that appears in her way. Alice's body swells into a gigantic size, rising so tall that the walls shake and the entire building shatters apart. As Alice's giant form roared and shook the classroom walls, the terrified teacher, pale with fear, clutched the alarm bell and rang it frantically. The police rush to the scene, shouting commands as they hurl heavy nets over Alice, desperately trying to pin her down while she thrashes wildly. In a furious roar, Alice rips through the thick net with her massive strength. At home, Ethan watches the news on TV, and the moment Alice's gigantic figure appears on the screen, Ethan rushes out of the house in panic, desperate to save his daughter, while Peggy simply leans against the doorway, arms crossed with a cold, mysterious smile on her face. Her eyes reflecting the towering image of Alice on the TV, and slowly her lips curl into a dangerous, knowing smile. Amid the blaring horns and panicked crowd, Ethan clutches his toolbox tightly, panting as he dashes through the streets, racing to reach Alice in time. As he arrives, Ethan freezes in shock at the sight of giant Alice roaring and thrashing, tearing apart the very school she once called home. Watching closely, Ethan is stunned to notice a strange glowing streak flickering inside Alice's giant belly. Ethan clenches his fists as his mind races, desperately searching for a way to save Alice before it's too late. Without hesitation, Ethan unzips his bag, pulls out his trusted gear, and swiftly suits up, looking every bit. Clinging tightly to the cracked walls, Ethan climbs step by step up the crumbling building. Ethan pushes off with all his strength, his body soaring upward before fearlessly plunging into Alice's wide-open mouth. Inside Alice's body, everything is suffocatingly dark, the walls slick and slimy. In the damp darkness, Ethan suddenly notices a glowing piece of purple cake flickering inside Alice's belly. Ethan carefully reaches out, straining as he grabs the glowing purple cake and lifts it up within the slimy, dark space. Clutching the purple cake, Ethan springs out of Alice's mouth and instantly hurls it far away. Alice writhes in agony, her giant body shrinking back, twisting and curling as she painfully returns to her small form. Seeing Alice collapse, Ethan rushes forward and scoops his little daughter into his arms, trembling yet relieved that she has returned to her normal self. His heart pounding fast, yet his eyes filled with relief, knowing his daughter is finally safe. Just as Ethan is about to carry Alice away, the teacher rushes over, holding out her phone with a worried expression. On the phone's screen, a video plays showing Peggy secretly swapping Alice's snack for a glowing purple one. Seeing the truth revealed, Ethan trembles with rage and immediately pulls out his phone to call the police. Back at the house, the police storm in and swiftly handcuff Peggy, bringing her cruel scheme to an end. Inside the cold cell, Peggy slumps behind the iron bars, tears streaming down her face as she weeps bitterly. Carrying Alice in his arms, Ethan slowly walks down the familiar path, bringing her back to their peaceful home after a day of turmoil. A worker stumbles upon a strange purple fragment and casually tosses it into a trash bin decorated with a playful Roblox dinosaur. As Ethan walks hand in hand with Alice, his steps suddenly stop when a strange purple glow flares up behind them. Behind them, the Roblox dinosaur from the trash suddenly morphs into a massive, real dinosaur, roaring ferociously as the ground trembles beneath its feet. Faced with the terrifying sight, Ethan and Alice simply turn to each other and let out a helpless laugh, as if no words could capture the moment.